I'm going to talk a little bit about the three common heat illnesses, and people often think that they are along a spectrum, that you get one and then the next and the other. That sometimes happens, but that's not necessarily the case. The three illnesses are heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. And you can develop any one of those as your initial symptom, and it's important to understand the differences. Now, heat cramps are what they feel like. You get a muscle cramp, your calf, commonly outside running, playing tennis, just doing gardening, whatever, and the muscle spasms up, easily taken care of. Get hydrated, get into something cool, let the muscle rest, not a big deal. Heat exhaustion is a little bit different. It is what it sounds like. You get exhausted. People who just all of a sudden feel like they are very, very exhausted, tired, fatigued, maybe a little bit short of breath. They're generally sweating profusely, and that is heat exhaustion. It can come on quite suddenly. Again, easily treated by getting out of the heat, getting hydrated, taking it easy probably for the rest of the day. The last one is heat stroke. This is a true life-threatening emergency. And yes, you can go from normal right into heat stroke. Heat stroke is extremely dangerous. It occurs when your body's cooling mechanisms are overwhelmed and your body stops cooling itself. The hallmark symptoms, which people need to watch out for, the two hallmark symptoms are, one, confusion. Often the first symptom is somebody gets confused, which means they are no longer able to take care of themselves, which means we cannot expect them to get out of the heat and in the air conditioning. Somebody else is going to have to recognize the confusion and help them. That is often coupled with dry skin. I said that it occurs when your body's cooling mechanisms get overwhelmed. Well, your prime cooling mechanism is to sweat. And so what happens is your body stops sweating. It is a dysfunction of your body. It's a malfunction. You stop sweating, you stop cooling, your temperature goes up, and your brain begins to dysfunction. So this is really important when we're talking about people who are outdoors, particularly people who are working outdoors. Their coworkers need to be watching out for each other so that if heat stroke occurs, they quickly get that person out of the heat and call 911. This isn't something you're going to be able to take care of. These people have got body core temperatures of 104, 105. They need to be taken care of at a hospital. It is a true, rapidly dangerous, life-threatening emergency. And again, the hallmarks are confusion, hot, red, dry skin. They stop sweating. And somebody needs to be watching out for them. So one of my asks for employers of people who work in hot environments like outdoors, or even somebody who works in a hot kitchen and usually steps outside to cool off, they're going to step outside today into another hot environment. So if you're that employer, you need to start thinking now about what you did last year and the year before and the year before that, and that is to adjust your work schedules. Make sure people get longer breaks. Maybe you start earlier in the morning, maybe you take longer break in the middle of the day and work later in the night. You've done this every year before. The point is, this is the weekend to start doing that. We're at that point in our summer. We talk about the rule of L's. So you wear lightweight, lightly colored, loose-fitting clothes and drink plenty of liquids. But when we talk about liquids, that does not mean beer or alcohol. Alcohol stimulates your kidneys and will dehydrate you more quickly. It does not mean sugary drinks with lots of caffeine in them. The caffeine will stimulate your kidneys and dehydrate you more quickly. And also the high sugar content will stimulate your kidneys and dehydrate you more quickly. The sports drinks are fine. You ought to think about diluting them a little bit. And water, water, water. So again, lightweight, loose-fitting, lightly colored clothes, plenty of liquids, but not alcohol, not sugary drinks, especially those with caffeine. Drink water, sports drinks diluted. That should keep you safe. Look out for each other. Reinforce what the mayor said. We also worry about elder folks. So if you got neighbors, check out on them. They may be trying to conserve money by not running their air conditioning. Take them shopping. Let's go to the mall. Let's go to a movie with the elder person down the street. Get them in some air conditioning. Thank you.